Welcome fans to the On-Center War Memorial Arena as the Syracuse Silver Knights play their third home game of the season against their Eastern Division rivals in the MASL, the Harrisburg Heat. A happy Friday to you, everyone watching on MASL.tv, and happy holidays to whatever holidays you may be celebrating. Christian and Guzman with you as the Syracuse Silver Knights look for win number 4 and get to 500 in his already tight Eastern Division in the MASL. They could better their playoff chances with a crucial win here against the Harrisburg Heat. Last time the Syracuse Silver Knights played here inside the War Memorial Arena was a bad 9-4 loss against the Florida Tropics, where Florida scored 7 goals unanswered in the second half in order to win that game. However, the last game the Syracuse Silver Knights played was against this Harrisburg Heat team on December 15th, and the Silver Knights won that game 8-5 with a hat-trick from Joey Tavernisi. We'll come back here on MASL TV with more lineups and kickoff here as the Syracuse Silver Knights face off against the Harrisburg Heat. Meanwhile, pregame ceremonies get underway. Hello fans, welcome back to the On-Center War Memorial Arena here in Gilly, Syracuse, as the Syracuse Silver Knights and Harrisburg Heat get set for MASL Eastern Division action here inside the On-Center War Memorial Arena. Let's go through the starting lineups for both teams here in this MASL Eastern Division matchup. First for the 4-6 Harrisburg Heat, they are 4th in the MASL Eastern Division. In goal is the veteran Hugo Silva for Harrisburg, 139 saves on the year for the Brazilian. So Brazilian Lucio Gonzaga is starting in defense. Gonzaga has been hot in recent games. He has scored 5 goals in his last 3 games. Also in defense is the captain for the Heat in Steven Basso. He's got 3 goals and an assist so far to his name this year. In midfield is the MASL leader in assists, Thiago Freitas. He's got 16 assists to lead everyone in the MASL, not just in the Harrisburg Heat. And starting up front is the dominant duo of Val Teixeira and Ricardo Carvalho, also known as Ricardinho for the Harrisburg Heat fans. Now let's go to the starting lineups for the 3 and 4 Syracuse Silver Knights. Silver Knights, of course, coached by Ryan Hall. Harrisburg Heat, coached by Denison Cabral. For the 3 and 4 Silver Knights, starting in goal is the wonderful Andrew Coughlin. He's got 7 saves on the season. In defense is Domenico Vitale and Darren Tobe, the stalwarts of the Syracuse defense. In midfield is the dominant duo of Bernardo Forbes and Slavisa Ubi Parapovic. And the starting forward is the man who was just recently named to the MASL Team of the Week for Week 8 in Joey Tavernisi. Remember, Joey Tavernisi had a hat trick in his last game against the Harrisburg Heat back on December 15th and had 8-5 win for Syracuse over the Heat. Heat are coming off a heartbreaking loss to Florida back on Friday. Syracuse coming off a 2-week break. Last time they played was on December 15th again against the Heat in Pennsylvania's capital. So Val Teixeira goes to stand over the ball at midfield, and we are just about set to begin indoor soccer here at the On-Center War Memorial Arena. Christian Guzman here with you as we get started. Both teams exchanging pleasantries on the field. We are just about ready. Here's the whistle, and we are kicking things off here as Syracuse begins its third home match of the season. Long ball already played to the far boards. Lucio Gonzaga will collect it at midfield. Ricardinho. Now go over to Gonzaga. Looking for Teixeira, who's found himself free on the near boards. Guarded there by Fatale. Double coming from Uparapovic. Here comes Gonzaga now on the near boards. Got a wide open Basso on the far boards, but no, finds Teixeira instead. Being guarded there by Toby. Now Gonzaga with a shot, and it's wide. Heat recollect the ball, and line changes coming for both teams as the ball is played back to Hugo Silva, who's been excellent for the Heat in goal. Silva with a 69.5 save percentage, allowing just over 6 goals a game. Silver Knights look to regain possession there from Ben Raymond, but now they do as Canardo Forbes has some space. Marcus Chantel able to dispossess him though. The ball goes back to Hugo Silva in the Heat goal. Yelovak intercepting the pass there from Silva. Now Yelovak gonna try and use his body. 2-on-1 opportunity here for the Silver Knights. Canardo Forbes, great save from Silva. First save needed for the Brazilian on the day. That's his 140th save on the year, an impressive mark for Hugo Silva. And an excellent opportunity already for the Silver Knights with the shot from Canardo Forbes. Now here's Bo Yelovak being guarded by David Mellor. Yelovak, nice turnaround, but dispossessed by Silva. Now bringing it upfield is Danny DePrima. It's guarded there by Bordeaux. Double coming from Yelovak, but the ball goes back to Leonardo Duarte. Gonzaga back on the field. Bordeaux slightly marking him. Here's Thiago, league leader in assists with 16. And Gonzaga, playing from the back, has been hot in goal, in front of goal. Had 2 goals against Florida, had 2 also against Syracuse back on December 15th. Gonzaga with 5 goals in his last 3 games. Lucio Gonzaga now has 13 goals on this season, and that leads the Heat. Pretty odd to see a defender lead the team in goals, but that's what you have with Lucio Gonzaga. Forbes off the boards. Goes to the feet of Ricardinho. Gonzaga. Forbes dispossesses a Heat player. Now has men to his left. Has Uparapovic. Uparapovic! Another save from Silva. That's his second of the game. Now back to Coughlin. Coughlin being quiet today. Andrew Coughlin really enjoying success in front of the net for the Silver Knights in his 3rd season as the cage minder for Syracuse. Coughlin's got 97 saves to his name and a 69.8 save percentage. It's a good battle between the 2 goalkeepers in this game. Both Silva and Coughlin rank in the top 5 in the MASL in terms of save percentage. Not surprised to see a slightly lower scoring game back on December 15th when these 2 teams played. Uparapovic trying to beat Gonzaga, but Silva out of his goal. This is what Hugo Silva will do. Play a little bit of sweeper-keeper, unlike Andrew Coughlin, who will most likely just stay in his goal unless his team has full possession in the defensive end. Now Yelovak down the far boards. Guarded there by Duarte. Nice move from Delvon. Got his left foot, but the shot goes well wide. Dominic Francis hasn't played in a while. But back on the field here for the Heat. Chantel. Silva looking long for the run of Francis. And now Fred able to find Francis. Now Francis 3-on-2 opportunity, but a nice block there from Darren Toby. Darren Toby leads the Silver Knights in blocks with a total of 14 on the year. Jago settles things down past midfield. Passes over to Jose Luis Berche. Jago. Team guarded there by Yelovak. A nice interception there by Darren Toby, only as far as Gonzaga. Now Silva looking long for Thiago. Thiago not a big threat in front of goal, only has one goal to his name this year. Foul called, it's going to go on to Yelovak. And a restart opportunity coming up in the offensive third for the Heat. Almost 5 minutes gone, still no score between Syracuse and Harrisburg. Gonzaga with a shot, and that's the first save needed for Coughlin. Coughlin now on 98 saves on the year. Ruby Parapovic bringing it past midfield, finding Tavernisi on the near boards, being guarded there by Steven Basso. Tavernisi tried to flick on for Ruby Parapovic, but Parapovic didn't continue his run. Silva being pressured there by two Silver Knights, and finds Fred, the former MLS star with the Philadelphia Union, now joining the Harrisburg Heat later on in his years. And the Brazilian is fouled by Conrado Forbes. Forbes didn't like the call. A little handshake between the two. Need reset. Nice cut out there by Ben Raymond, but Tavernisi's pass is intercepted by Ricardinho. Chantel, marked by Tavernisi. Nice little move to try and get past momentarily. Chantel will go back to Silva. When Syracuse won against Harrisburg on December 15th, Coach Reinhold told me there was really good defense and keeping possession that allowed Syracuse to get that victory over the Heat. Syracuse went up in that game 6-1 over Harrisburg. For Harrisburg eventually got their way into the game with 3 unanswered goals in the third period. And then Joey Tavernisi able to calm things down and eventually scored the back two of his 3 goals for his hat trick that propelled Syracuse to that 8-5 victory over Harrisburg. And this is a series that Syracuse usually dominates. Syracuse has only lost 1 game during either season that they have played against the Harrisburg Heat. They've only lost twice against Harrisburg in their entire career as Syracuse. Syracuse 13-2 all-time against Harrisburg. Now Bo Yelovak in the offensive third. Yelovak off the boards. Can't find anyone though. Now Forbes tried to find Ubi Parapovic for a good shot, but the ball was just a little bit too hard for Ubi Parapovic. And now Silver Knights reset things here. Forbes. Nice hold up play by Yelovak. Forbes being guarded there by 3 men. Vitawe's shot is blocked there by Leandro Duarte. Corner kick will come up, but not before we take a quick break in the action here. 7:55 left to go in the first period. Still no score between the Silver Knights and the Harrisburg Heat. Welcome back inside the War Memorial Arena here in Joey, Syracuse, New York on this December 29th. Christian Guzman with you as the Silver Knights are scoreless against the Heat here in this matchup before the new year. We have Syracuse Silver Knights. I'd like to wish a happy holidays to everyone, wherever you may celebrate, whether it be a happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, or Happy Kwanzaa. We certainly extend our greetings to you all. Syracuse with the corner kick, and it's Joseph Tavernisi whose shot is blocked there by Thiago. Nice block there from Thiago by Tavernisi, and that shot almost was deflected, but it's in! Definitely looked like it was Slavica Parapovic that got that last hit on that. But the shot initially went in from Tavernisi, almost was deflected on the back post. It looked like, yes, it was Slavica who did get that last touch on it. Almost like we go down as an unassisted goal, as that took a crazy deflection off a Heat defender. But Slavica back on the score sheet. He now has 7 goals on the season. And the Silver Knights have a 1-0 lead. It was Harrisburg who scored the first goal of the game back on December 15th in that eventual 8-5 win for Syracuse. This time it's the Silver Knights who get on the board first. Schindler's clearance is blocked by Ricardinho, and here's Thiago. Thiago. Now looking for Basso. Ricardinho with some nice moves. And that's in. Ricardinho able to equalize here for the Heat. Now this game is tied at 1. So both teams with a little bit of a mess in front of goal. But now this game is equalized at 1. So this game now tied at 1 between the Silver Knights and the Harrisburg Heat, as Syracuse now looks to get back in front. Here at the Untitled Chapter Memorial Arena, it's Baldwinsville Soccer Appreciation, and we have a special guest here up in the broadcaster booth. It's Baldwinsville native and MOSL Cup champion Alex Bono, the former Syracuse goalkeeper. Alex, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
First of all, let's get to what you just experienced in Toronto this past December, winning the MOSL Cup. In your wildest dreams, do you think you'd be winning a championship this quickly after only 3 years out of school?
No, I didn't. It's really a surreal experience for me to be able to share that with my team up there, and we had a really awesome year this year, and you know, we really dominated the whole season, and that's what we set out to do. We set some goals at the beginning of the year, and obviously MLS Cup was one of them, and we were fortunate enough that we got to bring it home.
And obviously, you started a large majority of the games than you did the previous year in 2016. Now really settling into that #1 keeper role. How did you kind of deal with that kind of pressure now, having to carry a team that really had high expectations going into this year?
Yeah, that's really it. You have high expectations for the team, and you have to have high expectations for yourself as well. And you have to know that you can play at that level and have the confidence that you can fit in with the team and really do everything you can to help them win. And that was my main goal this year. As long as I could go out there and do my job and help the team, give them the best chance that they could have to win, and that's all I was set out to do.
Christian Guzman here with MLS Cup champion Alex Bono, the goalkeeper for Toronto FC. Spent 3 years here with Syracuse University with the Orange. Must have some good memories here coming back to Syracuse, where it started for you really with Baldwinsville, playing with C.W. Baker High School, and then eventually with Syracuse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And a lot of the guys that I play with at Syracuse and in high school, and some of my closest friends are on this team down the field right now. And just coming here, I have the utmost joy in watching them play and continuing their career paths as well. And I love my hangout with them. I talk to them all the time, and for me to be able to come here and watch them play as they've come to watch me play is a real blessing for me.
You have Baldwinsville natives Andrew Coughlin, Nate Bordeaux, and Ben Raymond, but you also have your former Syracuse teammate in Liam Callahan here. Is there any friendly rivalry between all you guys, knowing that, you know, maybe while they're here, you're up winning MLS Cup champions with Toronto?
Well, He would kill me if I said it out loud, but me and Andrew Coffin used to have the most heated rivalry that I've ever really been a part of, and we challenged each other each and every day when we were younger, and it's a ton of credit to him because he's made me a lot of the player I am today, just being able to grow up and play against him and go to Syracuse with him as well. So for me, it's a real blessing that I can call him my friend now, and we did have a very heated rivalry as we were growing up. So obviously, it's a pleasure being able to watch him now.
Is it how kind of just interesting is that dynamic to have two such talented goalkeepers coming not only just from the same school but from the same town as well, eventually coming up to Syracuse? Can you explain just a little bit more what exactly that dynamic was like between you two?
Yeah, it was very competitive, very, very competitive for me. And like I said, it made both of us even better. And the fact that we could challenge each other day in and day out and really have that competition. Sometimes it wasn't, the cleanest competition and from both of our ends, but that's the competitive spirit, that's the competitive edge that both of us have as players, and that's why both of us so far have been able to make a career out of playing professional soccer.
And just like yourself up in Toronto, Andrew really has settled into the #1 goalkeeper role here in Syracuse. What have you seen from him developing really here at the Silver Knights?
Yeah, I watch as many games as I can on the YouTube broadcast as well. I'm always following these guys, and I think Andrew's come a long way since he first came along with the Knights. I think he's a very talented goalkeeper. He's always been good at blocking, which is a huge trait to have in this style of game. I think he's so good at that. He's been very good with his feet, which obviously helps in this style of game as well. And I learned a lot from him in regards to those two traits especially, and to see him thriving in both those right now is it's a real treat for me to be able to know that I learned from someone who's very talented in those aspects.
How would you think you would fare as a MASL goalkeeper, especially when you have Coronado Forbes taking shots like that very close to your goal?
A while back when I was home from Syracuse, I trained with them for a day, and I didn't quite like it. The shots were a little hard and a little close for me. It's an adjustment. It's a huge adjustment. As you see a break coming here, there's a lot of counterattacking style and that sort of thing. So for me, I enjoy watching it. I'm not sure how I'd like playing it. I'll leave it to Andrew and these guys to settle their business on the field, and I just enjoy watching them.
You'd much rather have Giovanni Dos Santos running at you rather than maybe, let's say, Lucio Gonzaga's running at you full steam with no one else in front of him.
Yeah, I have a little more players on the field to be able to cover me in that aspect, and a lot more protection for the goalkeeper in an outdoor game. So I give a ton of credit to Andrew and the goalkeepers in this league because they do a great job with what they've got, and they really have to stand on their head at most points in this game.
We're talking with MLS champion Alex Bono, the goalkeeper for Toronto FC, also a Baldwinsville native. I want to go to your days here at Baldwinsville. What were some of the lessons you learned, not only at Baldwinsville, but at Syracuse University, that helped you become the goalkeeper you are today?
Yeah, I was really just talking to my old high school coach down there, Tim Skimaker, and we were talking about the culture that we had as a team when I was at Baldwinsville, and the fact that when every day we came into work and he felt that he had to bring his best to match our level of intensity, and that's really what you want. You want to build a culture of winning, a culture of working hard, and a hard work ethic. So for me, that's where it all started for me, with the work ethic and the culture. So that's something that I can really say I took away from Baldwinsville in my time there.
Then going on to Syracuse University, I know, or reading up an article on MLS.com, that you really didn't want to go to Syracuse initially. You wanted to have that away from home college feel, but eventually decided to settle on Syracuse, and looks like you did pretty well. What'd you learn from coaching in McIntyre and the staff there at Syracuse?
Yeah, Mac was great. I think that was that really matured me as a person. They say that college you really mature as a person, and for me, I grew up a lot. Obviously, living on your own, even though I wasn't living at home, but I wasn't far. But still, you really have to take care of yourself, do your own laundry, just the kind of stuff like that it takes for a person to grow up. You really learn in college, and for me, Coach McIntyre is very big on maturing as a person as well as a soccer player, and to me, that's really one of the biggest things that you can have from a coach, is that he cares about you as a person and not just an athlete.
And then going up to the MLS, first of all, I know you weren't at the draft when you were selected, but what was that feeling when you found out you got selected so high in the first round by Toronto FC?
Yeah, it was an unbelievable feeling. If you told me when I was in high school or when I got to Syracuse that that's the position that I would have been in, I would have told you you were crazy. It's obviously draft day is just a real experience for any professional in any sport. You find out where you're going to spend the next at least year or two of your life. So I was so excited. I know that from watching and being a fan of the MLS that Toronto FC really does it right. They treat their players so well, and their facilities are top class. So for me, it was a real blessing to know that I would be landing there and be able to, really craft my trade there.
Almost done here in the first period. I'll let you go on this, Alex. One of the teammates you have on Toronto is one of your old friends at Syracuse, and Oyvind Alseth. What is that like, having such an old friend from the Syracuse days on that Toronto team and sharing that experience with him?
It's awesome. Oyvind's such a great kid, and to be able to watch him grow from the time he stepped on campus at Syracuse University to finding out that he had been drafted by Toronto and being able to spend this year with him and really watch him grow and be a close friend to me. He's one of my closest friends that I've ever had, and to be able to spend so much time with him this year and really kind of help him along in the ropes and really, watch him learn his way in the professional ranks has been a true blessing to me, and just so fulfilling to see someone that I really care about succeed.
Patrick Thompson with the goal with 15 seconds left in the first quarter, I should say. Silver Knights take a 2-1 lead off of Patrick Thompson, a former Heat goal. And we have Alex Bono here on the broadcast. Alex, thank you so much for joining us here on the broadcast, and good luck to the rest of your career in Toronto.
Thanks, Chris, and I appreciate it.
So Patrick Thompson able to put the Silver Knights in front with just 15 seconds left. We'd like to thank Alex Bono for joining us here on MASL TV. The Silver Knights have a 2-1 lead. Looks like they'll hold that lead unless Andrew Coughlin can deliver next one ball through to start the small rally here. But Ahmad Sakai battling there with Gonzaga. Ball goes out of play. 6.9 seconds left. Jake Schindler will just look to send this long. Stefano Stamilicados trying to play it off the boards, returning the Syracuse uniform, but nothing will happen there. So, kind of dull first period by maybe Syracuse and Heat standards. But at the end, it's Syracuse 2, Heat 1. We'll return with second period action here on MASL TV with the Silver Knights on top. Quarter number 2 coming up here between the Syracuse Silver Knights and the Harrisburg Heat. Syracuse has a 2-1 lead after goals from Slavisa Ubi-Parapovic and Patrick Thompson. Really been in a kind of a slower game than Syracuse has been used to. As we are about to get ready for the second quarter. There's the horn, and we will get set now for quarter 2 action here. Again, it's Silver Knights 2, Harrisburg 1. Harrisburg getting their goal from Ricardo Carvalho, also known as Ricardinho. That's his 11th goal of the season. Patrick Thompson able to get on the score sheet for the first time this season to put Syracuse up by 1. And Thompson against his former club. Played 2 seasons at the Heat before going to the Silver Knights for the first time last year. Now in his second full season with the Silver Knights. There's Toby on the ball now at the half-court line. And there's Thompson. Toby trying to direct traffic for Coughlin. Finds Bordeaux, and now here's Coughlin on the near boards. Nate Bordeaux. Being guarded there by Dominic Francis. Here's Darren Toby. Now Ben Raymond. Nice turn on Danny DePrima down the boards, and a nice save from Hugo Silva. An excellent one-handed stop there from Silva on Raymond, but Tavernisi dispossessed of the ball in the Harrisburg half of the field. Now Carl Forbes looked like he wanted to fire for a shot, but didn't. Now Ubi Parapovic being double teamed there by 2 Heat members, and Toby holds the ball. And here's Forbes. Syracuse making a line change, and Forbes is all by himself with 5 Heat members on the field. The line changes have completed here for Syracuse. Here is Bo Yelovak. Now finds a wide open Forbes. Instead of Ubi Parapovic, and that's blocked there by DePrima. 13-20 left in the second quarter. 2-1 Knights on top of the Heat. Jake Schindler now on the far boards. Plays off the boards, looking for us. Vitale couldn't find him though, as the ball was cleared out of the offensive half of the Silver Knights. Now Nate Bordeaux. It's Darren Toby. Under 13 minutes now in the second quarter. Bo Yelovak. Yelovak holds up the ball so well, but here's a turnover, and here's Lucio Gonzaga. Nice turnover there, forced by Yelovak though. The ball will stay here with Syracuse. And it looks like Fred is a little bit banged up on the side here. Now time called as Fred goes to the ground, and now we all hope he is okay. Referee is calling for the trainer, and yeah, it looks like Fred just kind of got thrusted into the boards on the hard challenge by Yelovak. I was trying to win the ball back. We'll return here in just a moment. 12:43 left to go in the second quarter. 2-1 Silver Knights on top of the Heat. Back here after the restart. Looks like Fred has gone back to the bench and seems to be okay. Hopefully he is okay. And turnover here as the Heat will gain possession. Long ball here from Silva. That's what will do a lot. Trying a long ball, and it's Teixeira with a impressive half volley shot that just goes over the goal of Coughlin. Now Coughlin trying for a quick restart. Tavernisi was yelling for the ball, but nicely cut out there by Gonzaga. .12:05 left in the second quarter. 2-1 Silver Knights. As it's been a game of who can hold possession in the offensive third of the half more. Syracuse able to do so in the beginning of this quarter. Now the Heat try to do the same here, but Jake Schindler trying to prevent that from happening. Ball eventually finds the hands of Andrew Coughlin. Schindler. Back to Coughlin. And now here's Ubi Parapovic. Gonzaga trying to catch up to him. Ubi Parapovic off the boards. Patrick Thompson tried for his second goal. It's another save from Silva. Fifth save for Silva already in this match. He's been indeed called on a lot as Syracuse able to pepper the goal towards the end of the first half. Eventually, Patrick Thompson was able to break the deadlock. He almost had a second goal there. Fortunately, the ball that fell to Thompson was right at Hugo Silva. Only one save needed for Andrew Coughlin. He's had a relatively quiet night as here's Thompson on the ball. Bordeaux down the boards. Off the boards, and that's an own goal! A terrible mistake there from the Heat defender. Not sure exactly who it was that scored the own goal, but the goal will be given to Nate Bordeaux. So now 3-1 Knights after really just a defensive breakdown there from the Heat. Not being able to help out the fine performance so far from Hugo Silva. And now it's 3-1 Silver Knights. Now Silver Knights already have possession, and it's a 2-on-3 opportunity here. Parapovic realizing that Silver Knights are outnumbered, hands the ball back to Schindler, and now here's Forbes. Over to Yellowvock. Being heavily guarded there by Gonzaga, who's pushing Yellowvock around. Now Schindler looking for Forbes, but the ball is cut out there by Ricardinho. And here's Vitawe. Vitawe with a shot, blocked by Thiago. Ball settled down by Duarte. Now Ricardinho, nice pass off the boards, but it finds Jake Schindler instead of a Heat player. Ball cleared, and now here comes Syracuse once again. Forbes collects the ball. Thiago chasing after him, but Coughlin's out of his goal. Coughlin goes long, looking for Yellowvock. He's going to play it off the far boards. Gonzaga again playing some rough defense on Bo Yellowvock. Yellowvock does so well though, holding up the ball. That big body. And now a foul is going to be called on Gonzaga. And so Syracuse gets a free kick. Ubi Parapovic and Forbes standing over it. Not sure who exactly is going to take it. It's going to be Ubi Parapovic who lays it off for Forbes. And this shot is well wide. 9:25 left now in the second quarter. 3-1 Silver Knights. As they look to continue the pressure on here. Again, like what Coach Ryan Hall said back on December 15th, it was good team defense and possession in the offensive half that allowed Syracuse to win against the Heat back on December 15th. Looks like Silver Knights are following the same formula here. Forbes looking to run it back. against Francis. Here is Coughlin. Back over to Forbes. Now Coughlin. Over to Forbes. 8:37 left to go in this second period. Once again, 3-1 Silver Knights on top. Schindler. Back over to Coughlin. Forbes. Nice ball over to Schindler, but here back to Forbes. Really a passing game between Forbes, Coughlin, and Schindler. Now Schindler goes over to near boards, but Coughlin plays it off the boards. Was looking for Tavernisi. Instead of fights the feet of Gonzaga. Gonzaga's been quiet on the offensive side of things. Really active on the defensive side of the ball, though. Having some nice battles with Bo Yelovak and Fred back on the field after his scary injury. Almost had an opportunity given to him by Thiago, the league leader in assists, who was snuffed out by Coughlin. Thiago trying to play it off the boards for Fred, but here's Ben Raymond trying to dispossess the ball. Does so successfully, and Vitale passes it back to Forbes. Sorry, that's Stefanos. Now Forbes tried the one-on-one run. But Teixeira able to dispossess Darren Toby. Teixeira down to the ground, now double teamed by Toby and Raymond. Darren Toby able to wrestle the ball away from Teixeira. Teixeira asking for some sort of foul call, but hasn't been able to get it. Long ball now coming. And the ball is headed back to Silva. Seven minutes now left in the second quarter. 3-1 Silver Knights still lead. Fred looking for a ball off the boards. Francis, shot blocked by Vitale. Francis once again, and that shot is just high. Two great chances there from Dominic Francis. And now Bo Yelovak wants some space down the left-hand side. Yelovak runs right past DePrima. Now will do what he does best, hold it up. Here's Ubi Parapovic with that dangerous left foot. He'll cross it in, and he almost found Liam Callahan on the far post. Nice play there from the Silver Knights. Unfortunate that it didn't end in a goal. But really the offensive runs of Syracuse showing some possible fruition here, creating good chances. And Teixeira trying to play it off the boards, but it's grabbed there by Coughlin. Vitale. Coughlin playing it long. Here's Basso now, though. Ricardinho playing off the boards and snuffed out. And a save by Coughlin off the shot from Ricardinho. Excellent save from Andrew Coughlin. Under 6 minutes to play. And that save from Coughlin preserves the 3-1 Silver Knights lead. Now Coughlin pressured by Ricardinho. Able to find Jake Schindler. Now Schindler plays it off the boards. Silver Knights' door was open as they were looking for a line change. But the Heat regain possession here. Gonzaga back to Silva. Silva likes to play the ball long, and he's looking for Francis, but it goes over his head. And officials will take a timeout as the ball was out of play. So 5:16 left to go in the second period. Silver Knights with a 3-1 lead. Welcome back inside the On-Center War Memorial Arena. It's 3-1 Silver Knights over the Harrisburg Heat with 5:16 I should say, left to go in the second period of action here between the Silver Knights and the Heat. Goals coming from Slavica Ubi-Parapovic, Patrick Thompson, and Nate Bordeaux for the Silver Knights. The Heat getting their lone goal from Ricardinho. Ben Raymond restarts things for the Silver Knights. Looked long for Yelvok, but Silva plays it long. And a 50-50 ball was won by Ben Raymond. Ben Pardue had no idea where that ball was. And now Jake Schindler has it on the right-hand side of the field. Bordeaux with some nice moves. Gets past his man. Now Thompson playing the ball off to Bordeaux. Nice spin by Bordeaux. And now here's Bo Yelvok at the top of the key. Kneed in the back there by Chantel, and that's a dangerous free kick opportunity here for the Silver Knights. Bordeaux is motioning over it. Looks like he wanted to take it, but no, it will be Jake Schindler who stands over the ball. Schindler gonna call timeout as he wants to make sure that he gets his team a good opportunity to score a fourth goal. 4:46 left to go in the second period. Another quick timeout here as Syracuse has a free kick in a dangerous area against the Heat. 3-1 Silver Knights lead, looking to make it 4-1. Silver Knights with a great free kick opportunity here near the top of the arc. Nate Bordeaux is standing over. It looks like he will be after all the one to take it. But no, it's actually Slavica Ubi-Parapovic who comes over from the left side. Lays it off for Bordeaux, and that shot is blocked by Ricardinho. Bordeaux went low, and Ricardinho dropped to a knee to really stop that. Darren Toby slips in near midfield. Now the Heat try to counter, but the long ball from Danny DePrima couldn't find anyone, and instead went to the hands of Coughlin. Vitale. Over to Toby. Now back to the Vitale. Tavernisi over to Vitale. Shot save. Great save from Hugo Silva. Now the Heat have some numbers here. 2-on-1 opportunity, but that's quickly snuffed out. Ubi-Parapovic able to cause some distraction, allow Vitale to regain possession, but Gonzaga able to bully Vitale right off the ball, and Vitale pushes Gonzaga in the back. It's an easy foul call there on Vitale. Some Heat fans here in the crowd asking for a blue card of Vitale for that push. No, it's just a common foul. Here's Basso. 3:47 now left to go in this second period. Still a 3-1 lead for the Silver Knights. Lone goal in this period coming off an own goal. Here's Jake Schindler who dispossesses Silva, and Silver Knights have numbers off the boards. Ubi-Parapovic trying the bicycle kick, and it's saved there by Silva. Almost an acrobatic goal there from Ubi-Parapovic, but it was just saved there by Hugo Silva. And now a foul by David Mellor on Forbes. Gives Syracuse a free kick. But boy, Slavica saw the highlight play and immediately went for it. It was an excellent job by Schindler to dispossess Silva of the ball. Here's Chantel. 3:05 now left to go here in the second period. 3-1 lead for the Silver Knights. And a lone goal in this period, coming off an own goal from the Heat. Goal was credited to Nate Bordeaux. And Hugo Silva tried to get another long ball, but instead it found the crowd, and hopefully everyone's okay down there in the first row. We're going to call that defensive clearance on Silva, and that gives Syracuse a chance at the top of the arc. .252 left to go in this second period. And once again, here comes Slavisa on the wheel route. It's sent fastest for Forbes, and the near post shot didn't work there. Maybe look for Tavernisi to tap it in. And now the Heat might have numbers, and that's going to be a blue card shown to Slavisa on the foul on Ricardinho. So first power play opportunity coming up here with 2:44 left to go in the second period. Heat will be able to use all of the 2 minutes in this second period as Slavisa goes to the box. So power play opportunity here coming up for the Harrisburg Heat. On the year, Harrisburg is 41% on the power play. Syracuse on the penalty kill is 58%. You've got to look out for Gonzaga. Lucio Gonzaga has 4 power play goals on the year. Definitely knows when to turn up to score those power play goals. And a nice acrobatic save there from Andrew Coughlin. 20 seconds gone in the power play. Coughlin, really his first hard save he's had to make this entire game so far. That shot was coming off Dominic Francis' left foot. Here's Francis yet again. Thiago tries the shot. Looked like Callahan might have gotten a piece of that. And now Callahan is fouled there. Looked like it was Thiago who fouled Callahan. And Syracuse might have a shorthanded opportunity here. Syracuse hasn't scored a shorthanded goal yet, but I have a chance here with Liam Callahan. Ball went off his arm, and it is going to be called a handball on Callahan. 1:16 left to go in the penalty here. Under 2 minutes left to go in the second period. Silver Knights desperately trying to hold on to this 3-1 lead. Now Francis. Drago. Francis. Off the boards. And no one was home. I don't think Francis intended for that ball to go around the boards. Maybe just a one-timer off the boards. And now Coughlin's going to look long for Bo Yelovak. Controls the ball nicely, although he's got to beat Francis. Does so nicely. And that is a blue card shown to Dominic Francis. We'll have 41 seconds of 4-on-4 here between the Knights and the Heat. As Dominic Francis is called for showing Bo Yelovak to the ground. There's 1:25 left to go in this second period, so if the Silver Knights do not score, they'll have 35 seconds of man-up opportunity going into the third period. 41 seconds still on the Slavisa blue card. So it'll be a minute and 19 seconds of 4-on-4. Gonzaga battling Toby. Now Basso. Basso was looking there for, it looked like Brad Kerstetter in the middle of the box. But now here's Darren Toby. Battles off Gonzaga nicely. He's doubled here by Basso and Gonzaga. And a shove's going to be called on Basso. Here's Toby with the free kick now. Tavernisi, Forbes, and Schindler join Toby on the field for this 4-on-4 opportunity. 18 seconds left on Slavisa's penalty. Schindler. 10 seconds now on the Slovisa penalty. 3 seconds on Slovisa penalty. Syracuse just holding possession until he can enter. Now here they go. They have 38 seconds of penalty power play opportunity here. Patrick Thompson, a nice save. And Stephen Basso able to clear it out. Still danger here for the Heat. It's Patrick Thompson. Left-footed shot. Blocked there, looked like by Gonzaga. 24 seconds now left in the period. Slovisa on his left foot. Forbes, 15 seconds now in the period. Power play will continue into the second half if Syracuse doesn't convert here. 8 seconds left in the half. Forbes, Toby scuffed his shot. Forbes skies one into the netting. 1.7 seconds left on the clock. And it will just be a kick from Hugo Silva that resets things here. Or throw-in, I should say. Silva throws it long. There's the horn. Syracuse will have 35 seconds of power play when we enter the second half. 3-1 Silver Knights on top of the Heat at the end of one half of play. Goals coming from Slovisa, Ubi Parapovic, Patrick Thompson, and Nate Bordeaux for the Silver Knights. For the Harrisburg Heat, it's Ricardinho who's on the score sheet for them. We'll come back to the on-center War Memorial Arena when we begin the second half. For now, it's 3-1 Silver Knights. Welcome back to the Onset of War Memorial Arena as we are about to start the second half here between the Syracuse Silver Knights and the Harrisburg Heat. Syracuse will start the second half on a power play as Dominic Francis was issued a penalty with 1:25 left to go in the second quarter, so the Silver Knights will have 35 seconds of power play. It's a 5-on-4 opportunity here for Syracuse to begin this second half. Excellent opportunity for Syracuse here to start off the second half with a bang. They're getting goals from Slavisa Ubi-Parapovic, Patrick Thompson, and Nate Bordeaux. Heat getting their lone goal from Ricardinho. Danny DePrima stands over the ball as we await the beginning of the second half here. Just waiting on the goals from the official. There's the whistle, and we'll begin this second half. Again, 35 seconds of power play opportunity here for the Silver Knights, but it's the Heat who start with the possession. They're looking for a shorthanded goal opportunity as Jake Schindler now has it. He wins the ball back, and now Syracuse has 23 seconds left on the power play. It's Darren Toby who brings the ball up. Toby, Forbes, Uparapovic, Tavernisi, and Thompson, the power play members. 10 seconds left on the power play. Uparapovic, Forbes, Toby, Thompson, and he was looking for Tavernisi in the middle, but Silva snuffed it out. Francis now out of the penalty box, and he's looking to break immediately against Conrado Forbes. Forbes pressuring him well, and it's a nice interception there from Forbes on the tackle. Now here's Darren Toby, 2-on-2 opportunity. Finds the streaking Thompson down the right-hand side. Gonzaga clatters into Thompson. No foul called on either player. And now Toby clatters into Francis. There'll be a foul called onto Toby. Already a very physical start to this second half. 14:02 left to go in this third period. 3-1 Silver Knights on top. Silva with the ball. Silva likes to look long. He has David Mellord long there. Started there by Ben Raymond. And now Francis tried to get the shot around Toby. The ball was missed. Now it's Thompson on the defensive end, able to head the ball away. Tavernisi passes the ball back to Toby. Toby slides it along towards Coughlin and now lifts a long ball. Looking for Ben Raymond, but David Mellor heads it out of bounds. Bordeaux looking for the quick restart, gives it off to Forbes. And now here's Ben Raymond. Bordeaux! Shot is blocked there by Duarte. It's going to be a corner or a free kick on the on a far boards, I should say. Right-hand side of the field. Novak was looking for a run from the back post. Now the whistle blows. It's Forbes who stands over the ball, trying a ball off the boards, looking for Ben Raymond! The local Baldwinsville native scores his first goal here in the Onset of Memorial Arena in his young career. His second goal of the season, and now it's 4-1 Silver Knights over the Heat. 13:22 left to go in the third period. Next one, ball off the board from Conrado Forbes. And now the Silver Knights have a 3-goal lead over the Heat. Remember, no lead is safe, though, especially here in the fast-paced MASL. Syracuse had a 5-goal lead against Harrisburg back on December 15th before that lead was sniffed all the way to the 2. With 3 unanswered goals from the Heat in that third quarter. And Syracuse should be wary not to fall asleep here. So that ball skittles past the Syracuse box, and the shot from Francis goes high. Tavernisi able to find Bordeaux, and now Tavernisi and Bordeaux want to break. Basso, though, with a nice interception, and it falls to the feet of Gonzaga. Gonzaga passes the ball back to Silva. Now Basso. Nice pressure here from Jake Schindler on the offensive side of the ball. Now here's Thiago. Thiago wants a shot, and it's just off the boards. Maybe he was looking for Ricardinho there on the far boards. I should say on the far post. Thiago. Lays it off for Duarte. Duarte, that's not going to trouble Coughlin at all. 12:18 left to go now in the third period. 4-1 Silver Knights over the Heat. Coughlin has Forbes all alone on the left-hand side, but Forbes touches kind of fail him there, and it falls to the feet of Ricardinho. Nice pressure coming from Yelovak here. Ball poked away by Forbes, and Vitawe providing some nice pressure. Now the ball's at Forbes. Nice ball roll past Chantel. So Vitawe's all alone. It's a great save off the shoulder of Silva. And Yelovak's called for a foul. He doesn't like that at all. Just giving it to the official there on the right-hand side of the field. There's Ricardinho who went down. He'll get the ball here. The restart from Duarte. Now Silva. Looking long and once again. He'll go on the ground this time for Dominic Francis. Stopped there by Toby, but here's Gonzaga. He'll try a long effort shot, and it's just over the bar. Now Francis on a half volley, and that is saved by Vitawe. David Mellor. He getting some pot shots now at the Syracuse goal. Francis just settles it. Duarte. Gonzaga back now over to Silva. Silva probably going to look long again. No, instead he goes short to Duarte. One line change coming here for the Heat. It's Brad Kerstetter on now. Two more new Heat members on. Another new Syracuse member on. Bordeaux is on. Basso and Thiago also on now for the Heat. 11 minutes now gone. 11 minutes now left, I should say, in the third period. 4-1 Silver Knights lead over the Heat. Silva's pass, intercepted there by Forbes. And Yelovak, instead of trying to chip on an open goal against Silva, he is fouled on the near boards there on the far boards, I should say, by Thiago. Yelovak trying to gain his composure here. Bordeaux will restart by passing it back to Toby. Skids it across to Thompson. Finds Coughlin. Coughlin was looking for the run of Thompson. Kerstetter able to snuff it out. Now Bordeaux. Yelovak. Yelovak loves holding that ball up. Fine fight off Basso. Lays it off for Schindler. Schindler, the big Rochester defender. Schindler stands at 5'11", 205 pounds. Really bullies ball off the ball. Coughlin miscontrolling the ball there, though, and almost giving it away to Thiago. Schindler off the boards has Tavernisi. He's got some space. Tried to thread the needle for Ben Raymond on the far post, but it was intercepted there. Kerstetter, one of the men, getting a touch on that ball. Silva will hold the ball up. He's got Fred all the way on the long, but Coughlin able to pick up the ball, tracking that run from Fred. Now here comes Thompson on the left-hand side. Fred marking him. Nice move from Thompson, and Gonzaga able to bully him off the ball, though. 9:34 left to go in this third period. 4-1, Silver Knights on top. Lone goal in this period coming from Ben Raymond, his second goal of the year. It's off a nice restart from Gennaro Forbes. Passed the ball off the wall. Eventually, it looks like it was going for Nate Bordeaux, but instead it was Ben Raymond. He was able to get his first goal home back here. Nice moment for Ben Raymond as well, the Baldwinsville native, to get a goal in front of his hometown crowd, especially here in Baldwinsville Soccer Appreciation Night. Appreciating the Baldwinsville School District high school teams. Thiago putting some moves on Raymond. Looking for a ball off the boards, but it finds Forbes and no other Heat member. Forbes, a nice dispossession there from Ricardinho, and a shot from Thiago is good. And the Heat finally break their goalless drought. It's only Thiago's second goal of the year. Had his first goal back on the December 16th game that he played against Baltimore. But the man who has 16 assists on the season now can add his second goal. It is the second goal for the Heat in this game. 4-2 the Knights lead with 8:53 left to go in this third period. Chicago able to beat Coughlin on that near post. So Silver Knights will restart. Now their lead trimmed to 2. Boyolvok trying to battle Chantel down the right-hand side. Boyolvok with, again, nice hold-up play. Bernardo Forbes with the shot. It goes off Lucio Gonzaga, though. Now off the board, Chantel able to deflect it. And Forbes again off the boards, looking for Boyolvok. Now Tavernisi will settle things, but here comes Andrew Coughlin well out of his goal. He's chipping it long for Boyolvok. Shoves Chantel in the back, and that's a foul against Yelovok. Hit 26 now left to go in this third period. 4-2, the Silver Knight lead is now. And Silva looks long. Meller and Vitaly trying to win the 50-50 ball. Eventually goes to Dominic Francis. Brad Kerstetter, nice move there to get away from Yelovok. The ball settles for Hugo Silva. Kerstetter seeing a little bit more action here than he did in either of the first 2 periods. Now here's Thiago. Thiago guarded there by Vitaly. Vitaly able to dispossess him, and now here comes Tavernisi. Has Vitaly streaking down his right. On his left is Stefanos. It's Stefanos actually on his right, Vitaly on his left. Stefanos, double teamed there by both Thiago and Duarte. It's Thiago who wins the ball back. Fred passing it over to Duarte. Back over to Fred. Silva. Gonzaga. Here's Stephen Basso. His own goal credited to Nate Bordeaux. Gave Syracuse their 3rd goal of the game. Ben Raymond's 4th is where we stand right now. 4-2 Silver Knights. He getting 1 goal back in this 3rd period from Thiago after Ricardinho dispossessed the Silver Knights in their own half. Unsettled situations here. No one really having a long stretch of possession this current moment. Dominic Francis passes it back. And that's Marcus Chantel. Francis, 7 minutes now left to go in this 3rd period. 4-2, the Silver Knights lead. Over to Heat. Silva. Looks a nice through ball here for Gonzaga down the left-hand side. Even Callahan tried to dispossess him. It goes to DePrima and now passes it back to Basso. Here's Chantel. Has Fred close, and Fred's just going to pass it back to Mellor, who lets it go for Silva. Silva looking long, and that goes well out of bounds. Officials will take a timeout. 6:33 left to go in this 3rd period. 4-2 Silver Knights lead. We'll be back right after this short timeout. The Syracuse Silver Knights would like to thank Miter USA for providing today's match balls. Miter, founded in Huddersfield, England, is among the world's oldest sporting goods brands, starting production in 1817. Miter is a proud partner of Major Arena Soccer League, providing arena-specific match balls to both MASL and MASL2. 4-2 Silver Knights lead with 6:27 left, trying to make it 5-2, and Jake Schindler just misses the goal as his chip went over the bar. Jake Schindler looking for his 4th goal of the season. Not able to find it though. 6:24 left to go in this third period. 4-2 Silver Knights lead. 1 goal apiece for each team in this quarter of action. Ben Raymond scoring for the Silver Knights. It was Thiago Freitas who scored for the Heat. Yolvok falls down. He's called on, I should say, a Heat player is called on the foul. Christian Guzman with you as the Syracuse Silver Knights do battle here against the Harrisburg Heat. Jake Schindler looks long for Bo Yolvok. Yolvok controlling the ball nicely. It's double teamed here by Freitas and Kerstetter. Bordeaux trying to provide some help, but instead Thiago wins the ball. Now here's Mellor. Forbes running behind Mellor, trying to dispossess the ball off him. Nice marking here from Ben Raymond. Now they're double teaming Mellor, and Schindler clears the ball long, but it falls to the feet of Kerstetter at midfield. 5:45 now left to go in this third period. 4-2, the Heat still lead. Francis goes against Yolvok down the left-hand side. Francis falls to the ground. No foul called. Definitely looked like Francis went down a little too easy there. And Schindler goes back to Coughlin. And Coughlin goes over to Forbes. Coughlin skids the ball across the ground towards Ruby Parapovic. Now but Chantel able to dispossess Forbes. Here's Dominic Francis, and he slots the ball past Coughlin for the third Heat goal of the game. Excellent through ball there from Chantel. Dominic Francis, only his third game this season, picks up his second goal of the year. And he makes it 4-3 Silver Knights over the Heat. And this is how the Heat came back into the game the last time the Silver Knights played the Heat on December 15th. There's 3 unanswered goals from the Heat that eventually cut the Silver Knights lead at that time to 6-4. Here in this game, it's now a 4-3 lead for the Silver Knights as Coughlin was looking long for Tavernisi. Here's Patrick Thompson, though. Thompson over to Toby. Toby back over to Thompson, and now here's Coughlin. Parapovic has found himself in the more backwards defensive position here. Raymond, nice moves to get around Gonzaga. Raymond, another nice move to get around Basso. The shot from Tavernisi and Thompson not in, but there's Ben Raymond's second goal of the game. Ben Raymond has found his third goal of the season, his second goal of this game. And now it's a 5-3 lead for the Silver Knights with 4:32 left to go in the third period. The Baldwinsville native is loving it right now here against the Harrisburg Heat. Now Silva will look long. He's trying to find Mellor, but right there is Andrew Coughlin. And Coughlin is trying to wrestle away from Dominic Francis. Really pressuring him, and it looks like Francis is still on the ground hurt. Official trying to defuse the situation here between Francis and Coughlin. Now players from both teams coming along. Looks like Silver Knights will regain possession here. But Francis got up quickly. The bench of the Heat really giving it to the officials. You can see Dennis and Cabral here really yelling. Coughlin looking long for Yellovok. Chantel wins the 50-50 though. However, the ball goes out of play, and it's Silver Knights ball. 4:14 left to go in this third period. It is a 5-3 Silver Knights lead. Ben Raymond with both Silver Knights goals in this quarter alone. Fatawe trying to mark off Thiago, and Coughlin works the ball long to Yellovok. Nice play off toward Blake Bordeaux, and that ball is just off the bar. And Forbes' centering pass couldn't find Yellowbach. Here's Schindler battling Mellor, and Schindler will win. A little shove from Mellor. And ball's back to Coughlin. Coughlin skids the ball off the ground towards Bo Yellowbach, but it's Schindler who picks it up over to Forbes. Now here's Watawe. Forbes had some open space inside, passed it back to Schindler. Now Tavernisi battling against Kerstetter. Tavernisi, nice ball roll, getting around his defenders, and Tavernisi with a beautiful goal. Oh, that's an excellent goal from Tavernisi. He scored one just like that. Very similar in the last game the Silver Knights played against the Heat. A ball roll from the left-hand side, getting over to the center of the field and scoring it low in the bottom right-hand corner. Nothing Hugo Silva could do about that. That's beautiful skill from Joey Tavernisi. His first goal of the game. Give Tavernisi his 11th goal of the season. And now it's a 6-3 lead for the Silver Knights with 3:29 left to go in the third period. Just some silky, silky skill there from the Queens native. Lucio Gonzaga trying to answer back for the Heat. Stephen Basso. And here's Gonzaga. Barked there by Patrick Thompson. Fred running around towards the back of Gonzaga as Kerstetter and Fred are in the back on the Harrisburg defense. Silva back over to Gonzaga. Thompson still marking him. There's a man-to-man defense here coming from the Silver Knights. Silva looking for options. Has the Prima on a run down the left-hand side, being guarded there by Toby. Parapovich coming for the double, but Dominic Francis able to pick it back up, not before it goes back to the feet of Ruby Parapovich. And Basso deflects the ball, but it goes over to Toby, heads it in the air. Back over to Basso. Now Toby and Francis once again do battle on the left-hand side. Francis over to Chiago, and he's going to be pressured by Forbes, who is coming off the bench. Silva over to Basso. 2:18 left to go in this third period. 6-3 Silver Knights. 3 goals for the Silver Knights in this period, 2 for the Heat. Forbes now has Bo Yellowbach all alone on the right-hand side. Basso right there, and now Bordeaux in the middle. That's a great save from Silva. Stephen Basso's got to be careful there, though. Almost passing it off of Silva. Basso already has an own goal in this game. Again, MASL doesn't count own goals, so that own goal was credited to Nate Bordeaux. Vitawe, now Bordeaux. Chantel able to sniff out the run, though. Now Chantel has it on the left-hand side. DePrimo. I should say Duarte. Silva. Silva ushering the Heat players up the field. Has Gonzaga at the middle of the pitch. Duarte back over to Gonzaga. Gonzaga's been held quiet in this game. Remember, Gonzaga on 5 goals in his past 3 games, including 2 against the Heat's last game against Florida. 1:09 left to go in this third period. Kerstetter over to Fred. And here's Silva. Kerstetter down the left-hand side against Vitawe. Under a minute now left to go in this third period. 6-3 Silver Knights. Stephen Basso. Looking across midfield, but Fernando Forbes providing a lot of pressure. Silva's got to get rid of it quickly. Back over to Basso. Now Basso will cross midfield. 43 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Chago looking for options. Didn't like where Francis was on the field. Chago. Masparolo, did he get fouled? Yes, he did. Ben Raymond didn't like that call. I should say that was Joey Tavernisi who was called on the foul there. It's a dangerous free kick area here for the Silver Knights. 3-man wall covering the near post. Watch out for Brad Kerstetter there as well on that near post. Chago going to call timeout, though. 33.3 seconds left to go in this third period. And the Heat want to set up something to try and cut this deficit they have against the Silver Knights to 2. 6-3, the Silver Knights lead over the Harrisburg Heat. 33 seconds left to go in the third period. We will be right back here on MASL TV. The MASL and MITRE share a long-term vision to see arena soccer grow in North America. MITRE's Astro Division models the official game ball for MASL League play. MITRE's Astro Division is designed specifically for play on artificial surfaces. It features a more accurate flight than the average ball and has a 30% reduced bounce to make it play more efficiently in arena soccer. MITRE is a proud partner of Major Arena League Soccer, providing arena-specific match balls for both MASL and the MASL 2. 6-3 Silver Knights lead with 33.1 seconds left to go in this third period. Christian de Guzman with you as the Heat have a free kick in a dangerous area. Thiago with a curling shot that was seeking towards the back post of the Silver Knights goal. However, it was blocked by Darren Toby. Now Thiago runs over the ball looking for Ricardinho off the boards, looking for Thiago, and he gets his second goal. Thiago's not providing the assist in this game, and he's scoring the goals. It's already now more than double his goal total the entire season. It's his second goal of the game, gives him his third the entire season. And it is now a 6-4 lead for the Silver Knights. 27.8 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Again, Thiago with now his second goal of the game. Silver Knights still have some time to do something here in the third period. Darren Toby with 18 seconds. Being marked there heavily by Danny DePrima. Just tugging on the shirt of Darren Toby. And it's a free kick awarded to the Silver Knights with 13.3 seconds left to go in the third quarter. DePrima was heavily pressuring Toby there. Toby now looking for Yelovak. Couldn't control the ball. His pressure is coming from Chantal. Now Toby, once again, DePrima pressuring Toby. 5 seconds left to go in the quarter. Toby just looks like he wants to shield the ball. And DePrima is going to be called for the foul. 1.6 seconds left. Silver Knights really won't have anything to do in this quarter anymore. There's the horn. And that's the end of the third quarter. Ben Raymond's got 2 goals, but Thiago Freitas also has 2. 6-4 is the score as we head to the final quarter of action here. Yeah, at the Onsen War Memorial Arena, Syracuse trying to hold on to their 6-4 lead. Final quarter of action coming up here at the onset of War Memorial Arena. 6-4, the Silver Knights lead over the Harrisburg Heat. Silver Knights will get us started as Jake Schindler's attempted lob over the top of the entire Harrisburg defense hits the scoreboard. And that is an automatic defensive clearance that puts the ball at the top of the key. Ball actually go at the offensive yellow line for the Heat. White line here in the on-center. Steven Basso's shot looks like it went off the face of Jake Schindler. And the Heat will reset. 3 goals for both teams in the third quarter. As Dominic Francis tried a low, hard-driven pass. Nate Bordeaux able to win a 50-50, but called for a foul on Gonzaga, and the Silver Knight faithful aren't too pleased with that call. Boos running around the onset of Memorial Arena. If we could go either way on that call, though, is David Miller trying to pressure, and it's intercepted there by Raymond. Nice ball through the boards, though. Here's Patrick Thompson trying to get past Silva, and Silva crashes Thompson to the boards. That's going to be a blue card on to Hugo Silva. Yeah, no second goalie here for the Heat. He won't be able to serve the penalty, but it will be another power play opportunity coming up. The first power play, I should say, opportunity coming up here. No, it is a second, sorry. I'm getting my power play opportunities mixed up. Second power play opportunity coming up here for the Syracuse Silver Knights. Fred will go into the box. It looks like it'll actually be a shootout. It'll be a shootout attempt here for Slavisa Ubiparapovic. He'll be able to take the ball from the offensive white line here on a one-on-one opportunity for Silva. Against Silva, I should say. Ubiparapovic versus Silva on the shootout. 14-18 left to go in this quarter. This would be exciting to raise the roof of the on-center. Should Slavisa score here? Here comes the attempt. Takes it around Silva, and that's a pretty shootout goal from Slavisa Ubiparapovic. The beautiful ball rolls coming there from Slavisa. His second goal of the game. Now 7-4, the Knights lead. 14-14 left to go in the fourth period. That extinguishes the penalty. It will go as a power play goal for Slavisa Ubiparapovic. Something the Silver Knights haven't scored a whole ton of this year. The Heat restart as Silva has a nice through ball here looking for Thiago. But snuffed out there by Forbes. Now DePrima. It's an unsettled situation in the box, and Coughlin able to dive in, grab the ball. Now he's looking for Nate Bordeaux, but Fred is there to flick it onto the boards. Coughlin does have an assist on the year. And he assisted Conrado Forbes in the first home game of the Silver Knights campaign against the Ontario Fury. Yelovak let the ball go for Ubiparapovic, guarded there by Duarte. Coughlin. Looking along for Ben Raymond. Ben Raymond on a hat trick. Opportunity as he has 2 goals. Slavisa the same. He has 2 goals as well. Raymond. Looked like he wanted to go solo there for that hat trick. Falls down. No foul given. DePrima has it now. Doubled there by Tavernisi and Toby. Now Raymond pressuring Duarte and Silva. A little liveliness here from Ben Raymond. Something nice to see from the second-year player out of Baldwinsville. Gonzaga just questioning the Heat the offensive players. Where are my options? He found one in Ricardinho, and Coronado Forbes is there to bail out Andrew Coughlin. Excellent defensive work from the midfielder in Coronado Forbes. However, the Heat have numbers, and it's a nice interception here from Forbes. And he's got Joey Tavernisi, but Gonzaga able to sniff out the through ball. Excellent defensive sequence here from Coronado Forbes. Now he's dispossessed by Dominic Francis. Tall trying to run on, and a nice save by Coughlin. But a foul called. And they'll give the Heat the ball on the corner. I should say on the left-hand side of the boards. .12:15 left to go in the fourth quarter. It is a 7-4 lead for the Silver Knights. Basso off the boards, looking for Francis. Off the back post, and Brad Kerstetter sends it home. Silver Knights fans probably booing because they didn't like the foul call given that set up that goal. But nonetheless, it's Brad Kerstetter who picks up his fourth goal of the season for the Harrisburg Heat. And now it is a 7-5 game in favor of Syracuse. With 12-12 left to go in this fourth period. It was Francis who just missed the far post, but it was Kerstetter able to clean it back up. Now Nate Bordeaux streaks down the left-hand side. Try to get something going here for Syracuse. Try to find Thompson in the middle of the box. No, it was intercepted there by Duarte. Now Thompson looking for Yellowfuck, and that shot goes well over the bar. It was a really, really tight angle from Yellowfuck, but Yellowfuck has scored from those tight angles before, so it's not surprising to see him try that type of shot. 11:57 left to go in this fourth quarter. 7-5 Silver Knights lead. Patrick Thompson heads the ball back towards midfield. It's Marcus Chantel and Bo Yellowfuck, who's been having those two have been having a nice battle throughout the entire game. Play on, says the referees, as no fouls given to either team. Hugo Silva. Seems like Harrisburg's been in that situation the entire game where either Hugo Silva or Lucio Gonzaga has the ball in their defensive half of the field, just looking for options and not able to find a good long ball for the Heat to pass to. DePrima. Dispossessed by Raymond. And Gonzaga able to get the ball away from Bordeaux, but not before Duarte and Yellowfuck have a little tussling match on the far boards. Both men fall down, and Mellower picks it up and takes it across the halfway line. DePrima now. Marked there by Raymond. Forbes and Bordeaux coming in on the double team. It's Ben Raymond who eventually picks up the ball. Bordeaux able to wrestle the ball away, and it goes over to Coughlin. Coughlin rolls the ball over to Schindler. Nice deflection there from DePrima to stomp a small Syracuse counterattack. 10:46 left to go in this fourth period. 7-5 Silver Knights as the long ball looking for Tavernisi from Schindler. It's picked up there from Silva. Now the Heat want to break down the left-hand side with Lucio Gonzaga. A nice interception there from Ben Raymond. Duarte for to Gonzaga. Now here's Kerstetter on the far boards. Guarded there by Tavernisi. Basso checks in, and here's Silva. Silva once again still looking long. He's found Ricardinho on the far boards. Guarded there by Schindler. Jago now marked by Raymond. Nice spin move, and Jake Schindler meets Jago. That ball hits the roof of the on-center. It's called out on Thiago, who's showing his displeasure with that call. Silver Knight ball. 10:13 left to go in the fourth period. 7-5 the score in favor of the Silver Knights over the Harrisburg Heat. One goal for each team in this quarter. Ask Schindler's pass a little too hard for Ubi Parapovic. Ubi Parapovic has the lone goal for the Silver Knights in this quarter. Brad Kerstetter, the goal scorer for the Heat in this quarter. 7-5 is where we stand as 10 minutes shows on the clock here at the On-Center War Memorial scoreboard. Gonzaga takes it around Tavernisi. Ball enters the offensive third of the Heat. Gonzaga. Pass over to Basso. Now Gonzaga has a ton of space. And closed down by Ubi Parapovic. Soft double there from Thompson. The shot went through Ubi Parapovic's legs, and it's an easy save for Coughlin in the end. Coughlin's really only had to make one really acrobatic save, and that was off a Dominic Francis shot back in the second quarter. Chantel pokes the ball away, but not before it finds Fatawe. Heads the ball down for Schindler, able to keep it in play. As the ball rolls down the near boards to Yelovak. Fatawe with the shot, and it's just over the bar. What a rip from the defender, Domenico Fatawe. And Rube arches the ball well high in the air. Chantel and Yelovak, again, that great battle that's been happening between the two strong members of the respective teams. Yelovak standing at 6'3", 195 pounds. Chantel 6'2", 200 pounds. Really nice battle brewing between both of those men throughout this entire game. 8:41 left to go in the fourth period. 7-5 the score for the Silver Knights. Jago, 2 goals to his name on the day. Duarte. Kerstetter, he's got 1 goal. Passes back to Chantel. Over to Jago. Jago putting some moves on Toby. In the end, a routine save for Andrew Coughlin. Now throws the ball long. Tried to look for a Bill Yelovak, but it bounces into the Syracuse bench. 8:11 left to go in this fourth period. 7-5 Silver Knights on top of the Heat. Silva collects it. Passes over to Kerstetter. Here's Mellor. Ricardinho lays the ball off for Duarte, and that one looked like it got Coughlin's foot, so nice effort there. And a foul called on the Heat. Looked like Ricardinho there called on the foul. Ball finds Forbes, who will run down the right-hand side. Doubled there by Kerstetter and Gonzaga. Bordeaux has some space. Also, Tavernisi had a lot of space on the far post, but Bordeaux couldn't pick him out. Here's Ben Raymond, though, with a very nice interception. Now he's got some space on his left foot, and the shot is low and saved by Silva. Man, have we seen a lively Ben Raymond here today, especially in the second half. Bernardo Forbes now with the ball. Nice tackle there by Duarte, though, and Forbes runs over Gonzaga. That's an easy foul to call on Forbes. Forbes apparently didn't like the call. I kind of agree with the official, though. That's a foul on Forbes. Silva now, 7:12 left to go in the fourth quarter. 7-5 is the lead for the Silver Knights. Silva working as kind of a pseudo-6 attacker. He'll do that sometimes for this Heat. As Dominic Francis is looked for a man in the middle. Now Basso looking for Francis in the middle. Also had Chiago there. Nobody home though, and now Chantel takes the ball towards near post, but Ben Raymond able to clear it away. Now Tavernisi battling Chantel and Francis. Still a unsettled situation. Chantel who picks it up. Now here comes Silva, who instructs Basso to send it long. Also wants someone on the far boards. Instead we'll find Kerstetter. Beljovac making Kerstetter's life hard though. 6:23 left to go in this fourth period. 7-5 is the score in favor of the Silver Knights. On the far side, Ricardinho, who's been really quiet today, only does have a goal. And here's Ben Raymond with a very nice interception. And he's been great. Now's a great ball for Bo Yelovak. And Yelovak passes to Ruby Popovich, and Ben Raymond has his hat trick. Ben Raymond had 1 goal coming into this game. And now he has 3 to his name. A hat trick for Ben Raymond, and it's 8-5 Silver Knights on top of the Heat. Oh, has Ben Raymond played an excellent game today. Heat take a timeout. 6:02 left to go in the fourth period. 8-5 is the score now for the Silver Knights. just joining us on MASL TV, let you know you're watching the Syracuse Silver Knights on MASL TV. Catch every game each week on the league's official streaming home, MASL.TV. And don't forget, friends, Silver Knights fans, you can get the latest news on MASL and your favorite teams. But make sure you're following MASL on soccer on Facebook and Instagram, and MASL Arena on Twitter. If you just tuned into this game, sixth attacker has come on for the Heat. As Thiago has donned the sixth attacker jersey. Heat down 3 goals. 8-5 is the lead for the Silver Knights. 5:42 now left to go in this fourth quarter. And Denison Cabral has pulled Hugo Silva in favor of giving the Heat more attacking power. Here's Thiago. Over to Francis. That ball goes off the glass. Basso. Over to Thiago. Thiago has 2 goals to his name. Basso, not a great game for him. An own goal to his name. Francis is taking pot shots from distance the entire game. Yet to find the back of the net with one of those long shots. DePrima, great save from Coughlin, and the acrobatic shot there is again saved. And now Bo Yelovak might have an opportunity with an empty net. Yelovak takes it around. Looks like he might have got fouled there. Injury timeout called as Yelovak is down on the ground. Syracuse had an empty net opportunity, of course, with Thiago being the sixth attacker. As officials are calling for the trainers on Yelovak. 4:53 left to go in this fourth period. 8-5 the lead for the Silver Knights over the Heat. Yelovak back on his feet. He'll slowly walk back towards the bench. Once again, 4:53 left to go in this fourth period. 8-5 is the lead for the Silver Knights. Over the Heat have told Thiago to put on the sixth attacker jersey, as now with 4:45 left to go in this fourth quarter. The Heat trying to push to get back in this game. Also, over to Thiago. Francis was looking for Gonzaga, and now the ball goes over to Schindler. DePrima and Ricardinho battling with it. It's Gonzaga who finds it on the near post. Francis has Thiago. Under there by Tavernisi. 4:19 left to go in this fourth quarter. 8-5 lead for the Heat. Basso. Francis has a ton of room. Tries to find Ricardinho on the far post, but that chip from Francis actually went over the glass. So it's a restart for Coughlin from his own goal. Yelovak back onto the pitch. Looks like he is okay. And Coughlin looks long for Yelovak. Gonzaga falls to the ground and falls to the feet of DePrima on the left side. DePrima now going towards the center, finds Basso on the far boards. Vitale guarding him. Now Forbes looks to put pressure on Silva. Sixth attacker off. Hugo Silva has come back into the goal. Nice save from Coughlin. Off the boards. And opportunity here for DePrima, but he's tackled nicely there as Silva will collect the ball at the halfway line. Silva does act as a sixth attacker sometimes for the Heat, so not surprised to see him in this game still also. And the Silver Knights able to clear. And it's a strong tackle coming from Jake Schindler. Blue card though. And Silva will come off. Thiago comes back on as the sixth attacker with this power play opportunity coming for the Heat. So it will be 6-on-4 with 3:19 left to go in this fourth quarter, as Thiago has come back on as the extra attacker. Two-footed tackle from Jake Schindler. He'll go in the sin bin for 2 minutes. 3:19 left to go in this game. Dominic Francis off the boards, looking for Gonzaga. And the ball was cleared away by Vitawe into the on-center crowd. Now here comes Thiago again. This is 6-on-4 as the Heat have brought on the extra attacker. It'd be an impressive penalty kill for Syracuse should they get it. Delvok plays it off the boards. Thiago collects it though. 1:35 left to go on the penalty. 2:52 left to go in the game. Francis is always marking him off the boards. DePrima is in the box. And that ball is once again cleared. Now 1:25 left to go in the penalty. 2:41 left to go in the game. Basso on the far boards. Finds Francis on the near side. Goes over for DePrima. Great save from Coughlin. The Tavernisi clears it for a defensive. It's called as a defensive clearance. Tavernisi wants that to be called a corner kick, not a defensive clearance. Tavernisi obviously displeased with that shot. Actually, it's going to be called Syracuse ball. Thiago gets pulled off. Silva's back in, so now it's a more traditional 5-on-4. 2:29 left in the game. 1:11 left to go in the penalty. Silva back in as no more extra attacker for the Heat. And Ricardinho looking for the back post. Syracuse ball. 2:17 left to go in the game. 58 seconds left to go on the penalty on Schindler. Toby trying to send it long for Bernardo Forbes. Hits the back of his head, and Gonzaga brings it to Ricardinho. Small pressure there from Yellovac, but here's Basso. Silva's coming off. Once again, here comes the sixth attacker in Thiago. 2:02 left to go in this game. Now 2 minutes. 41 seconds left on the penalty to Schindler. Francis on the near boards. That's Gonzaga. DePrima had some excellent chances, but can't find the back of the net. And now Thiago trying to guard against Forbes. Thiago still battling against Forbes. Remember, this is an empty net for the Heat. Thiago able to bring it over to Ricardinho. 19 seconds on the penalty. 1:36 left to go in the quarter. Silver Knights desperately trying to hang on to this 8-5 lead against the Heat. Thiago looking for Ricardinho, but Yellovac sniffs it out. 6 seconds left on Schindler's penalty. Bordeaux trying to clear it away from Francis. Schindler out of the penalty box now. 6-on-5 opportunity. DePrima near post. DePrima's just been unlucky this entire game, and he's called for the foul on Schindler. 1:10 now left in the game. Thiago's going to stay on the field as the sixth attacker. What an exciting last 4 minutes to this game we've had. As the Heat turned on the offensive pressure with the sixth attacker. And now we're at the 1 minute mark left in the game. Thiago brings it across half field. Here's Basso. Bordeaux covering him. Forbes, Yellovac, Schindler, and Toby, the other Silver Knight players on the field. Thiago looking for DePrima. And that's cleared off the line by Schindler, but it bounces past him and in. And finally, Danny DePrima gets the goal he's been working for this entire last few minutes of the game. That's Danny DePrima's third goal of the season. Can't say it hasn't been coming for him. He's had shot after shot on goal for the Heat against Andrew Coughlin. It's been a mixture of bad luck for DePrima and great saves from Coughlin. But now the score is 8-6 in favor of the Silver Knights. 43 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter. Toby sends it long. It's right into the hands of Silva. 37 seconds left now. Heat don't have much time to find 2 goals. DePrima guarded there by Forbes. Chantel over to Silva. Just come up way up the field. And now Forbes dispossesses Chantel. Chantel trying to battle against Forbes. Forbes and Chantel. And Forbes wins it. Here comes Tavernisi. He's all alone against Silva. And Silva with a great save. But 10 seconds now left in the game. 6 seconds. And Gonzaga feels like he has no more hope. Forbes with the final interception. And the Syracuse Silver Knights win their first home game of the season by defeating the Harrisburg Heat 8-6. Syracuse now moves to an even 4-4 on the season. Harrisburg, meanwhile, drops to 4-7. You got to give it up for Ben Raymond today. What an excellent performance from the second-year player out of Baldwinsville. His first hat trick as a Syracuse Silver Knight and as an MASL player. And it was an excellent performance from the Silver Knights to get the victory over the Harrisburg Heat. Next Silver Knights game is on January 6th when they travel down to Lakeland, Florida to play the Florida Tropics at the RP Funding Center. You can catch the next Silver Knights game back here on January 12th when the Silver Knights played the Baltimore Blast for the first time this season at home. For now, this is Christian Guzman saying so long from the Beyond Center War Memorial Arena. Your final score in this game, Syracuse 6, Syracuse 8, Harrisburg 6.